Yeah, I think Kanye stuff is a little bit more calculated. I felt bad more so for Kyrie Irving and the way he was treated.
I don't know that story. Tell me what happened with that.
He posted a documentary called From Negro to Hebrew. They say that has some anti-Semitic stuff in it, but it's basically talking about, the ancestry of Hebrews turning into the Negro race. And he just posted they said, hey, check this out. Posted it. Didn't put a comment up there, didn't put nothing. So they asked him about it, and, he didn't want to apologize. They ended up suspending him. Nike dropped him. The NBA made him, his team made him do a whole lot of, take some anti-Semitic courses and, talk to some Jewish people. And he had to do a whole lot of jumping through hoops just to come back and play. And he lost his whole Nike contract, which is really big for, a basketball player. So he has signature shoe line and everything. So all that is now gone.
Yeah. The anti-Semitics, I think that everything is so, sensitive nowadays, and I did not see the documentary and I don't know that much on it. I will read up on it and then be able to kind of talk about that a little bit. I didn't know that something was going on with the shoes and that you can get them like for a penny.
Crazy.
Which I told my son, get them. Yeah. Because, I'm not going to be spending all of this money on these shoes. But that's unfortunate. I kind of hate to see how people can go from hero to zero so quick. That's why you really can't put your validation on all of this success and on other people.
We're living in the cancel culture now.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Prince Harry. So, they was dethroned. They came to the United States. Tyler Perry let them live in one of his houses until they got themselves on their feet. So now he's doing his interviews. He's got this book called Spare. And what I did not know about Spare is that you have the heir, who is Prince William, and then the spare, which is Prince Harry. And that's the real official term, that they give, kids that are actually in the hierarchy. So it's basically the hierarchical chain. So you got the heir and the spare. And so that's why the book is called The Spare. Well, he's telling all in this book. They told him, hey, if you want to basically have your own mind, you and your wife, y'all want to go and be on your own, go survive. And that's what he did. He went and he survived. And so, but he's saying, listen, I need to talk about this. People want to blame my wife for it, but this is healing for me because too much stuff is going on behind the scenes and I'm just supposed to shut up and color.
Yeah, Harry, we know you need that money, bro. You need that money. Because that's like a really secret society too, that royalty stuff. And nobody really understands how it works but the people that are involved in it. And I want to feel bad for him, but I really don't. So you had a silver spoon in your mouth. You chose to take it out. You knew the rules. You knew what was going on. Nah, Harry, no sympathy over here, buddy. You should have put some money to the side. Like, man, listen, man, I'm gonna jump out here and tell all these folks. I'm gonna put my money up. But I want to see the insight. I watched the interview that he did. And they gave me a little bit of insight on how life is tough for everybody, man. Even like you born into a situation like that, we don't understand it. We don't know all the rules. They have expectations, and he didn't want to follow them. So they cut him off. And now he want to tell everybody about it in the book because that money done got thin.
They offered him $100 million. So yeah.
Oh, I'm telling everything I know. $100 million. Oh yeah, I'm telling everything I know. Everything.
What do y'all want to know?
Huh?
What do y'all want to know about my family?
Please, I'm singing like Luther Vandross. I'm telling everything.
La 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 la.
Yeah. So hey, that's good, man. Hey, matter of fact, I take it back. I'm very happy for Prince Harry. Yeah, damn it. That's $100 million. I'm telling on everybody. Mama, daddy, grandma, cousin, uncle, everybody.
Yeah. They got the Netflix series as well. Actually, I know it was Netflix that gave them 100 million for the Netflix, and it's supposed to be some large other sum for the book. I'm not sure about the book. I don't know how much, but it's supposed to be a large sum for that as well. But listen, hey, sink or swim. You got to survive out here in these streets.
Yeah. Yeah, you can swim with 100 million. Yeah, I ain't mad with it. I'm very interested in seeing like the inner workings of the royal family and like what he really went through. Because that's a tough life too. But yeah, it's a whole lot better with $100 million cushion.
That's just from one deal. That's just one of the deals. I'm very interested in reading the book. The interesting thing is he talked about his mother's death. She was also speaking out about some of the stuff that was going on behind the scenes. And so he's just like, yeah, I kind of see a little bit clearer now,
They finna be on his ass too, though. They're gonna be on your ass too, Harry. There's gonna be another tea party over here.
Please, no, not the tea party. Not the tea party.
Chris Harry's my secrets. Do something about that. Gotta do something about that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, did you practice?
Yeah, a little bit. But I always liked the British accent, man. That was like the coolest way. I was like, oh my God, you meet somebody with a... And I met a dude one time. He spoke the King's English. He was darker than me. And he spoke like the King's English, like he had like the ultimate British accent, man. I was like, he sounded like a Harry Potter character. I was like, dude, why do you talk that way?
Yeah, I like it too. My daughter can speak a really good British accent. And so when she did her DNA, I think she's like 2%. She's like, I knew it.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
I knew it. Anyway, but so people are blaming his wife and they're saying that she is a narcissist. From my standpoint, she was the reason that he got the strength to be able to do all of it. I think he's been wanting to do this.
Yeah, I think it was true because even when he was on the interview, he went back to his childhood, talking about a relationship with his brother and how that was strained and what was expected of him. So he was having issues before this came along.
Yeah, and he said that people saw what they wanted them to see, but they don't know what was really going on behind the scenes as far as his relationship with his brother, because they're saying, well, they were so close, they were best friends, and she came along and she destroyed that. And he was just like, the interview guy asked him, if your mother was alive, then what do you think she would do about all this? He was like, if my mother was here, none of this would have ever happened. He said, we would have never even gotten this far. And honestly, if she was still around, he alluded to the fact that she would probably have taken them, away as well, some other country, wherever. But he kind of alluded to the fact that they wouldn't even be there, which I believe that. And he's a lot like her in that sense. Sometimes when you feel like you're being controlled by somebody, people can only back you in a corner so far, and then you come out swinging.
Exactly. I can't imagine what he went through, but if you're raised in a strict circumstance, once you get to a certain age, people can't, you start making your mind up and start formulating your own things that you want to do, that you want to see happen for yourself. Yeah, so this has been going on for a minute, man. Prince is bucking, and it happened in front of the world. It's dysfunction in any household. It could be, but with that kind of pressure on you and people always watching you.
When we were growing up, what happens in the house stays in the house and all of that. But and I get that in a sense, because I don't need you out there telling everybody my business. Oh, no. But that's how a lot of stuff happens that really hurting kids and hurting other people, and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, because it's a lot of things that they're not being addressed that go on in regular households. So yeah, you're absolutely correct. But I think with the advent of people talking about things more, when we was coming up, everything was black and white. You pretty much did whatever your parents told you to. They was raised by their parents. That's on the blueprint they had. So they raised you the same way their parents was raised. There wasn't no leeway. Everything is black and white. It's going to be this way. This is what you're gonna do. This is who you're gonna be. And if you think outside the box, you're disrespectful.
Yeah.
You're going against the wheel. We can't have that. And I think, now, even like with parenting, man, parenting is a lot more liberal. There's a lot of things that were suppressed back in the day that are not suppressed. And people are talking about things. They're talking about mental health and things of that nature, and the things that really are going on in society and in the household. So it's a much different era now. Much different.
Yeah. We was kind of talking last week about Twitch suicide. There's so much pressure on people to live this lifestyle, but it's the pressure of what it's going to take to stay there. Me, myself included, stop living above our means and getting into debt that we can't pay for. I wouldn't mind actually purchasing like a fixer-upper, take my time, fix it up, and it's debt-free. And you can add on to the house, a little bit here and a little bit there. As long as you got land, the room and space to do it, add on to the house. Make it your dream house. So at the end, you can end up selling it for $300,000, $400K, but you only paid $60K for it. That's what I'm really trying to go, because it's overwhelming trying to have a certain lifestyle, have a certain type of house, when just take your time, get a fixer up. I like bay windows and tray ceilings. Well, you know what? I can get a fixer upper, and I can put a bay window. A tray ceiling is only like wood, and that's going in like a circular motion. You can get somebody to come in and create a tray ceiling for you. But I just want to get to the point where we don't set ourselves up to become depressed and suicidal because we're overwhelmed and we can't pay our bills. Yeah. That's where I want to get to.
Yeah, that's the age-old adage, keeping up with the Joneses in some way, shape, or form is always going to be prevalent. We've always had that competition going on, and people have always looked at stuff and envisioned having it, and, where they can get afford it or not, or get a little piece of it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, we got people walking around with $300 sneakers on. $300 sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Your car's worth $300. But you got $300 sneakers. You feel me? So yeah. I think that's never gonna stop, man. That would be nice. And unlike it's a lot of people that go into business for themselves that do the whole fixer-upper thing for a living.
Yeah.
I think we just have to educate ourselves on different ways to make income, to make money. So you don't have to be caught up in that, in what society says or thinks that you should have, or put that kind of pressure on yourself. I agree. I think people should, fake it till they make it, man. If you ain't got it, don't spend it. I mean, we got to, live within the means. Even like in regular middle class, you know what I'm saying? You got people stressed out, stressed out over finances. So I just wish we, especially Black people, had more financial literacy and knew exactly what they was getting themselves into and could find ways to do well with what you have until you can get more, and then, move it to that next level.
Yeah, I agree.
That's living and learning.
Yeah.
Some people live and learn on a grander scale. Yeah, as we look at like living and learning, getting in debt with student loans, credit cards, things like that. Other people stress themselves out and go get Bugattis, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Because I think when you live in that Hollywood life, man, there's a lot of people that's trying to stay in the same class with the people that you're in industry with. So I think, everybody ain't got certain types of money. Everybody ain't Jeff Bezos. But if you look at like Jeff Bezos, you don't ever see him with nothing extravagant. You see him with the basic stuff on,
Yeah.
Rich people that do it like that. That's why financial literacy is so important. Because I've met some wealthy people, and they don't dress like they're wealthy.
So that's how you really can, tell them apart who's really got money and who doesn't, because the ones that got money, they're being overalls. They be looking like a bomb.
T-shirts, cargo shorts, but we be polo down. Everything be polo. Jordans on our feet. We walk out $1,000 minimum on our back. Ain't got nothing to show for it.
Yeah. Now, going back to Prince Harry, his mom died when he was like 12. So
traumatic. That's traumatic for a young man.
Yeah.
So traumatic. And then for it to be so public and all the details and stuff, they talking about on the news every day, that's very traumatic.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of healing that he wasn't even allowed to do. So now you got someone lost a mother, trying to process all of that, but still got to act a certain way in public and still got to maintain all of these royal standards and royal duties. At some point, all of that pain is going to come back out.
And you are growing up and you're going through puberty. So
If that ain't enough.
Yeah, if that ain't enough, yeah, you got to go through puberty. You lost your mama. Everything you do is on television, and they telling you how you supposed to do and feel, and you got to play this dog and pony show. You got to wave like this. I understand where he's coming from and the frustrations that he's had, and I empathize with him. I take it back. I empathize with him. I thought he was broke. I thought he had no money. So I mean, he got my empathy and support. But when you think about all the layers of everything that he's saying that he went through, you have to empathize with that. And then, you fall in love, and then they tell you can't be in love with the person that you fell in love with because they don't fit the bill.
But that's what happened really with his dad, when his dad loved Camilla, but yet she didn't fit the bill. But Princess Diana was from a more prestigious family. She fit the bill. But apparently the day before they got married, he told her he did not love her. And what do?
Gotta follow through with it, man. He made a decision that he had to live with, and it still, even though he made it still affected everybody.
And it cost her life.